Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to V8 Veterans Split 3, Round 6, coming to you from beautiful Laguna Seca at Monterey, California. I'm John Van Ree. With me in the kitchen at the moment, I've got Mark Dial and Reg James. How are we, gents?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thanks,
pretty
John.
good, mate.
And chat's fired up already. There's a few out there. So welcome to those boys. Looks like we've got the boss fishing there already, Mr. Coleman. How are you, Dave? And anyway, we'll have a quick look at this track, of course, being Laguna Seca. Very technical driver's track, very American style, except they're out on the West Coast. And we start off on the start-finish straight, sweeping through turn 1, which is a very interesting corner. And then we come down into the world-famous Andretti hairpin double apex corner where we come out, and then we sweep through turn 3. Through turn 4, a bigger sweep again, turn 5, and then we head up the hill through the fast kink at turn 6 into the Rahal Straight, named after the famous Bobby Rahal. Then we come down through one of the world famous corners, the Corkscrew, about as famous as the Dipper at Bathurst. And then we come down after that through the Rainy Curve. And then after the Rainy Curve coming downhill, we go through turn 10 and then into the final corner, the hard and fast corner. And after that corner, we then pop ourselves back out onto the start-finish straight and come down across the start-finish line. Very technical little circuit, this one, and very good racing usually had at this place. And of course,
definitely not a lot of room for a break.
And of course, it was Rahal Straight where Mick Dillon busted his leg. Sorry, not Wayne Gardner. Sorry, busted his leg going into was doing into the hay bales. Get it right, John.
It was.
Yeah. Anyway, moving along, let's have a quick look at our grid. It's been very hot, contested pace from all these boys. And on pole, we had Jeremy Bush from the Locked On lads. Great result from Jeremy. And alongside him was Simrig Infinity Racing's Jamie Peters. Second row, new team. This bloke absolutely stepping up. I'm sure Andrew Johnson would be very impressed with his very own Rob Visor on the second row of the grid, alongside player one's Ed Fox. Brendan Zatera from player one in 5th, and then in 6th, the other brand new AGR car sitting on the 3rd row. New team, great result. Don't know what's going on over there in New Zealand, but they're obviously training these drivers like they're training horses for horse racing. On the next row, we've got Mikey O from Shadow Racing alongside Matt Stoyles from EWGMK Logistics. And then 9th, we've got Wayne Shepherd from Simrig's Infinity Motorsport alongside Shadow Racing's Bruce McLeod. In 11th was Pete Kelleher from Synergy Sim Racing alongside Old Mates and Sons Fletcher Christensen. In 12th, and over the page, Marty Hughes, Gunther von Nordschleife from WKP Simsport. The German was back. We hadn't seen the German for a while, and he put himself on the 7th row. Great effort. And then in 15th was player one's Jeff Sanford alongside Sean Slater. And then in 17th, the Fishy Motorsport legend Jason Chin alongside team boss Supremo from AGR Racing, Andrew Johnstone. And then Darren Friend from Old Mates and Sons in 19th alongside Joseph Crenshaw. Dave Galley from Dag Motorsports in 21st alongside Jason Dunn. So great effort from Dave, moving up the grid a bit there. In 23rd was Mike Coroliff, 24th John Van Ree. And over the page was Carl Pickering alongside my favourite Dutchman, Greg Scholten in 26th. Phil Marsh, 27th. Mick Clifton from Accelerate Sim Racing was 28th. Di Feldman, My Drive Sim Training was 29th alongside player one boss Supremo Neil Waters. David Baldock from Dave 37R Racing WKMP in 31st spot. Last man to qualify times after that was Tim Vermey and Darren Vermey, the brothers sharing the same row. Matt Beale in 35th. Jeff Richardson was 36th. Very big field for the split 3 lads. And then, of course, we had after that Greg Favell in race control, Mark Dial given the keys to the safety car. Andrew Galley didn't set a time. Anthony Visma also in race control. Lucas Burt didn't set a time. And Pato from Old Mates and Sons did not set a time either. And we're just going to bring Zippy into the room. So Zippy did very well, putting himself on that 4th row. our third race, sorry. So, yeah. How are we, Adrian?
Good, you got me.
Got you, mate. Yep.
And
Okay,
welcome, Scotty
still-
Parents too.
Still
Yeah.
trying to learn these buttons.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Scotty.
Buddy.
Good qualifying, Adrian. Up in the nosebleed section for you, mate.
Yeah, I've had some good practice times. Probably a little bit disappointed, but still happy to be that far up.
It's pretty good going. And we g'day to everyone out in the chat. Stephen Murray back with us. Apparently, Split One's broadcast was down on numbers last night because Stephen was spotting for the Infinity Boys in this race. And Pete Kelleher's out there. Craig Healy on sabbatical. Good to see you still with us, Craig. Some fella called Dave Baldock from South Australia talking about lighting wicks. And we've got some Bucklands with us as well. So good evening, everybody. And speaking of lighting wicks, we might as well light this one, boys. What do you reckon?
Yeah, get onto
Sounds
it.
good.
Hit the magic button and away we go. A pretty good start by all. Hey, Jeremy Bush giving it out from Jamie Peters. Ed Fox tucking in behind. He's going to find Joseph Grenshaw. So a bit of movement at the back here. Few lads doing pretty good.
Boys. Constantina's up pretty quick there.
Yeah, 3 wide, not going to work. Poor old Joseph in the thick of that.
See, just praise him and shoot you down.
Jump back up the front. Hey, Sheppy's got a reasonable start here. He's already up one spot, heading up the hill. About to turn in onto the Rahal Straight. And 2, 3 wide going up the hill here into the corkscrew.
Yeah.
Whoop. Oh!
Did well.
Oh,
Oh no, that's the
I'm
Terra
shocked.
and Shepherd. I think there's McLeod. I think might have been a bit of damage there as well.
So early in the race to be trying to move it like that.
sure is.
Definitely not the first time to go in the corkscrew. It's continuing on now. So it looks like Jeremy's managed to hang on. Peter's in second. Mike Yeo, the big winner so far. He's up 2 spots. McLeod up 3 spots. So definitely a good start from our leaders. Jason Chin been involved in something back here as well. Just trying to find what's going on with him. He's had a spin coming onto the main straight. Gets the car going with a little bit of damage. McLeod putting a bit of pressure on Stoyles. And Gunter in the thick of the action there behind
The way
with
like
Marty
that.
Hughes. I reckon Bruce would be a little bit nervous with Gunter behind him.
Rightfully so too. Rightfully so.
This group here, good little battle a little bit further back from these guys. Darren Friend doing really well. He's up 2 spots already in the 17th. Chasing Andrew Johnstone. Jeff Stanford stuck in behind. So good start. Brendan Sotero got himself going. He's down 10 spots at the moment. Sean Slater now tucked up behind Gunter. Start lap 3.
Early laps on the circuit, very much a patience game, so got to really take the opportunities when they do arise.
Oh, absolutely. And you got to be very patient in a lot of the corners to not overdrive the car. Particularly if you want to try and get some life and length out of the tyres.
Interesting. I thought that it might have been a slightly quicker race in a shorter distance, but I think it actually probably played the other way. Certainly felt a lot longer than what it actually was. So
I think the track's in some way a little bit like Winton, where you don't get that break. Andrew looking a little bit racy here with Matt Beale. Going up into the course. Oh, a little bit of a tap behind.
Oof.
That's Gully with a spin. Beale involved in that one. And a few others being caught out. Not the greatest spot to be left
That's a hard
sideways on the
turn
track.
there too.
Mm.
I tell you what, I was always told that the first tap was a warning, but that looked like more than a warning.
And Ed Fox now lost it as well, coming down into the Andretti corner. So a few boys starting to spin. Just going to go.
He got a little tap.
A little tap, was it? It wasn't you, was it?
Nah, it was Rob, unfortunately. Gave old Silver a bit of a nudge and spun him.
Greg Shelton hunting down the one and only Mike Coraliff here. And these boys having a good crack. Shelton managed to get past. I'm not sure what Mike did there. Oh,
Slightly missed the line.
I do know Mike was very busy on Wednesday night and didn't get much time to get any practice in. A good battle here for the top 10 with Kelleher, Fox, Christensen and Stoyles. What? Just have a bit of a look. Running through. Up into the corkscrew. Such a unique part of the track. There we go. Nice close look there of the Chubby Buns Burgers. John with Andrew Galley now. Oh no, Andrew, not again.
Centre Wars.
In the wars, gets it going. Jump back on with McLeod. This is the main battle pack again. So Bruce still started in 10th, still in 10th. So a few big movers. Richo, he's up 10 spots in the 26th. Got Dunn and Slater battling together again. This paddle here with Van Nordschleife starting to heighten up. He goes a little wide there, opens the door for these boys to come through. And tries to defend. Dunn on the inside. Racing room given. Zatera trying to fight his way back behind here. Some good racing so far. Oh, still too wide again. And McLeod into the pits early, rolling the dice on the strat. But I'd probably say could have had a little bit of damage. I did see him in that first time through the corkscrew. A little bit of contact, whether it was netcode contact or full contact, not 100% certain, but there was stuff flying off. And Fletcher Christensen's up 4 spots as well. He's caught up with Stoyles, Hugh Kelleher in front of him. And we've got Wayne Shepherd tucked up in that group there as well. Sheppy, of course, with a drive-through. He's recovering from that incident as well. And actually, I don't think it was a drive-through. I might have got that wrong. Sorry. Let's double check that.
Yourself there, John.
Yeah, it was a pit lane with Sheppy. What was that? Sorry, Rich?
I say you're working your way up nicely yourself, mate.
Oh, where are we at the moment? Up
Just
6 spots. Yeah, moseying along. Chasing down that Sanford. It's always scary having him in front of me.
Speaking of moseying along, how's Dave doing?
Mr. Baldock. Up 4 spots.
Moseying along.
Up 4 spots. He's in a good little battle here with Matt Beale and Darren Vermeer.
Oh, the horse hasn't bolted yet then.
No, he's well and truly got the bit between his teeth at the moment.
Hang on to those reins, Dave.
Couple of early stops. He was doing it tough last night. He's lost his spotter.
I heard he had a new spotter last night.
A former
Came in about halfway through the race, didn't he?
Former race control.
No. Didn't he have a phone call halfway through the race?
Oh, he did, yeah, his dad. His dad did ring him.
Poor bugger.
So I don't know how he drove one-handed on the phone. I tried that once, and that was at Coda when I got the 50 incident points.
Yeah, I reckon Dave might have learnt from that. There's a fair chance he went on to speaker.
Oh, good little battle here. Darren Vermeer doing well too. He's up 8 spots. Lucas Burt. Oh, Baldock.
Oh.
Letting it all hang out again. Good little battle though.
Very much so.
Oh.
Ambitious.
It's one of the great things about Split 3. There was battles everywhere last night.
It's just the right length of track for that.
We'll go back up the front. Marty Hughes, he's under a lot of pressure from Sean Slater. This is the battle for 10th here. Lap 9. This race going very quickly. So he's on lap 9. How's Greg Sholton going? He's running a bit of a Halloween livery there as well. It's Greg. So probably might just try the rear chase camera. There we go. Player 1 Halloween.
Nice.
Love delivery. And Greg doing very well. And Rob Visor blinks into the pits as well. And a little battle here. Someone's snuck past Gunter. And Brendan Zatera, he's still got Slater. No, sorry, Dunn tucked up behind him. And Dunn, of course, in 12th. And just want to jump on the chopper on Jason for a minute. Hopefully this will stand out. So I don't know whether you can make it out in the broadcast or not, but Jason's running F cancer on the lid. I've got to say, mate, totally agree. So, whatever's going on, the league is totally with you, mate. So, just thought I'd share a little bit of roof art, which is a bit hard to see at times. I don't think the blimp's going to get me any closer. But yeah, thought I'd try and share that since you've gone to the effort of putting it on the roof. And you haven't put the car on the side, so I can't do it that way.
The night's too young.
It is. So, anyway, we haven't jumped up the front for a little bit. Bushy is well and truly gone. He's nearly 5 seconds up the road from Mike Yo. Mike up 5 spots in second. Great drive from the Shadow Racers here. Jamie Peters from the Simrig Infinity team. He's sitting in third. So he is a good 2 seconds back from Yowie and nearly 4 seconds ahead of Ed Fox. Ed Fox has got about a 2 second gap on Adrian Zeal. Seems to go a lot quicker without the weight of Jamie Peters on his bonnet.
That's what he said to me today.
And we have Pete Kelleher in 6th, up 5 spots. Great drive from Pete. You'd be loving that. Fletcher Christensen is in 7th. He's up 5. Mike Stoyles battling with Christensen. And then Hughesy, as Fletcher goes in past the pits, I think, or he's ducked into pit lane, yep. And then Slater, so Dunn is in up 10 spots in 12th. He's our hard charger at the moment. Richo's up 13. Matty's Veal is up 11. Lucas Burt up 16 spots. Great drive from Lucas so far, working his way up into 25th. So still a few battles around on track. Might jump back on with Marty Hughes. So having to deal with a little bit of lap traffic as we're on lap 12. Let's see if we can jump on Gunter for a second. And Gunter has found his way into the dirt. Just missed it, bugger. It was... Yeah, I can't remember who it was and the other person with him, but the two of them ended up there together. I think it might have been Pato. So Pato having an off in the Andretti, and then Gunter having an off after that, and both of them having contact in the dirt as Gunter fights his way back against Mike Korolev. And Marty Hughes still under a lot of pressure from Sean Slater. A couple of battles around the traps. And a few more guys starting to peel off. Zatera in now. Andrew Galley in as well. Pete Kelleher saying it's the pink colour of the car. It's improved his performance.
Well, you probably can't argue with that.
Well, it all started going downhill when Pete went away from the original pink livery. I think he adopted the Jordan Ross livery and the wheels fell off after that. So it's good to see Pete back to where he should be. Fighting it out in the top 10. Neil Waters is up 12 spots. Huntering down Carl Pickering here. Getting past Pico. Lap 14 at the moment. So a few guys have pitted, not everybody. McLeod first of the pitters, the leader of our pitters at the moment. He's back in 23rd. He's trying to fight his way back through. And Jeff Sanford's just peeled off into the pit lane as well. Lucas Burt's now into the top 20, up 21 spots. Marty Hughes, he's still being chased by Dunning. Yeah, Jason, the P on the track map is me being lazy. I should turn it off. That, if I was racing, or an indication of if I was to pit, that's where I would come back out. So you lose a fair bit of time in this one here.
Insider secrets there.
Yeah. I can turn it off. I probably should.
I don't think it'll affect the result, John.
No, there you go. That'll help as Bush, Yo, Peters, and Zeal all come in. If it's that'll probably just help Jason's ACD. As Ed Fox now takes over the lead. Pete Kelleher, P2. So let's stay with this one. So we've got Yo, Bush, Peters, Zeal, Johnstone's in, Pickering's gone in as well. So I think lap 14, lap 15, I think was the calculated number for that first stop, if you were going to split the race up.
Certainly my initial target.
I don't know how everyone else was going, but because I'd had a reasonable run, my tyres weren't too bad at this stage. I felt comfortable going on a couple of more laps. Oops, Matt Stoyles taking the shortcut. And Ed Fox is now in the pits. Pete Kelleher comes in, doesn't have enough in the tank to have a sneaky P1 against his name. Doesn't get to take the extra bonus point. Looks like Matt Stoyles might be about to steal the bonus point. Oh, big spin by Yeezy in the background. So, new race leader, Stoyles from Slater and Hughes. Mike Yo is the first of our pit stop guys at the moment. So he's done quite well, jumping a few in the pits. And Jeremy Bush sitting back in 7th. We'll have a look in a second at just how long these guys all stopped. And we're on lap 16 at the moment. We might just go find Marty Hughes. So I don't think that was Hughes' spun before, apologies. Marty's sitting in 3rd. 2 cars in front of him. Oh, a little bit of a crunch there by Marty. Just clipped the back, I think, of a lapped car. It's cost him a little bit. And Pete Kelleher. Comes up nicely on his way. Oh, I think that's the wrong pit entry, Pete. Just quietly.
Every time.
Stoyles is our race leader at the moment. He's now getting the sneaky point. So most of the field is pitted now. Might jump on with Dunny. He's in a good little battle here. Battling with you here, Adrian.
Yeah, he seems to drive his best when he starts from the back. He just barrels right through the whole pack.
There. Dave Baldock in the chat stating the obvious.
Not hard to believe.
Yeah.
So Stoyles has gone in. And Van Ree in, which means Yo will take over the race lead. As we're about to tick over lap 18. So, few boys here with a few different strategies. So I might just chuck up the pit time so we can get a bit of an idea what the fuels were. So Yowie put in 17.5 seconds. Bush went 25. Peters 21. Fox 20. Kelleher 18. Stoyles 22. So 19, 18.4. So some interesting mixes there of fuel going in that stop.
Definitely.
So you can sort of see how the fuel strategy game is definitely comes into effect with these compulsory pit stops with people trying different things, which is one of the great things about what we've got at the moment.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Oh, in the wall. No, Jamie, no.
Gonna leave a mark. Is that a safety car?
Nah, he gets it going.
Nice.
Yeah, I waved to him as I went past.
I bet you did.
Is that just like the one finger wave or?
No, it was all fingers. It was a happy wave.
Okay.
Well, Adrian was sitting in the big red car. Would have been like the Wiggles going past.
More like Forrest Gump.
We might jump on, do a lap on board with Adrian Dunn here. Sorry, Adrian Dunn, Jason Dunn.
Good
I was
one.
going to say new driver.
New driver. You can see Dunny coming down. Get rid of those times. Bit more room on the screen. You see it's a very tight circuit. You got to be patient. Let the car ride the curves. Get on the gas without over exciting the tyres. You got to be careful not to overexcite the fronts as well. We're pushing too hard through the corner. Boys in front of you battling, Christian and Sean. You're just so blind coming down through the corkscrew. Kind of got to aim the car at the trees.
Yeah, there's that one particular tree you keep looking at.
Yeah, the tree with the V in it. Yep.
Yeah, it's scary when you look up and it's not there. You go, oops. May have missed that.
That is a lap on board with Jason Dunn. Coming down again. All action. So this is a good little battle here. Fletcher Christensen, Slater, Dunn, Adrian Zeal hanging on to the back of the battle.
How are you, gentlemen?
Good, Cheppy. How are you, mate? How are you, Wayne?
Lost him?
I think so.
Yeah, not bad, mate. Come in for a sticky beak. Thought I'd. Yeah, good, mate. Thought I'd jump on after the. Oh yeah.
Oh, you missed the best part. No, tough place.
My
Tough.
trouble there. Sorry about that.
Oh, look, it's not easy when you're going 3 wide into the corkscrew. Never going to end well. It doesn't matter who you are out of the three of us.
To jump on after that. It's a bit of a cock up.
Yeah. Happens to us all.
Seen worse.
Dave's got a funny story about that.
And we're going to Road America. Funny you say that in round 10 this season.
He's going to hate me even more for bringing that up.
Oh no. Beware, fellas. I've heard about this. I've seen it.
Just, you'll be fine as long as you qualify in front of him.
Yes, that was a sad day.
You might be fine.
I've got confidence.
If anyone's seen that footage, I don't think they would be.
More to the point, if anybody's still got a copy of that footage.
Now's the time to show it.
I think
I reckon there'd be a few copies out there.
yeah, I think there's a certain team member of VAR that would have one.
I think it rivals the Pamela Anderson tape, doesn't it?
Yeah. Been seen more times.
Ironically, similar content too. Sorry, Dave. I'm not, but I'll tell you.
We're not. We're having a
I
good
keep-
laugh at your expense, mate.
I keep waiting for some comment to pop up on the YouTube chat, but
He
maybe
must
just gonna let
probably on the phone to Dad.
no, we just went for a direct comment. It popped up on my phone instead. And I can't quite read that second word, Dave, but no need to thank me.
Lap 22 here. Might jump back on with our mate Jamie Peters. He is hunting down Bruce McLeod in front of him. Whoa! There's a wall there. And he's going back. No, he's pulled it up. Losing lots of spots. Very difficult spot to get back on the track.
That's an impressive flick.
Did very well. Very, very well.
Sometimes it just digs in and the car keeps going.
Particularly in that gravel, mind of its own.
It's a bit harder surface now, isn't it?
There's a few things on that track that I thought maybe had changed. Certainly not my driving skills, so they must have done something to the track.
Might need the cobber. I did notice that Jamie managed to get a fair bit of grip out of it though. For this track, he done pretty well with the setup.
I must say I did enjoy the setup much better this week than I did last week. So
I actually done a few laps with last week's setup by accident on this track, and it was not bad.
it's funny how that happens.
Yeah, I liked last week's setup at Long Beach. It didn't fade.
Oh look, it just wasn't for me on that track. It's just one of those things. You know,
Driving style.
he's trying to set it up for 140 drivers. There's always going to be a few of us that can't quite get the hang of it. So
Yeah. Do you run your bias? Do you run your bias forward a fair bit? Like 50 odd? Yeah.
I like it pretty pointy. Yeah.
Yeah. They suit more rear bias, I think.
Yeah, it's just it's stupid, but it's just my driving style, and I like it to be a little bit pointy. So when we get those tracks where that doesn't suit, doesn't matter how much brake bias I work, it's always hard to find a balance.
Yeah, right. Okay.
That happens.
And Mick Clifton's gone in for his second stop.
A little on the early side.
Side by side here, Fletcher. Nice pass by Dunny.
I think it's one of the few spots you could try and take someone. It's not gives away too much for overtaking.
Yeah, makes it hard.
Yeah, yeah. And you got to catch them by surprise.
Hmm. Oh, wait for the mistakes.
Yeah, or punt them off like I did.
As Gunter says, first tap's a warning.
I had a little run with Gunter actually.
It's playing with fire there.
Mm. Yeah, took a bit of getting him. Yeah, for those blokes that can change their bias around the track, I reckon they would have been able to get a little bit more out of this track than I could. I can't fiddle with bias while I'm driving, but if you could, I reckon it would have worked well for you.
I just found that I had my hands full as it was, so I sort of gave up on that very early in the piece.
And you've only got to forget once, and then you've turned it around.
Yep.
Ooh. EC having a good hard look there. Slater on the outside of Christensen.
Oh, jeez.
Some good hard driving. These three. Dunny's managed to pull away a little bit. A bit of traffic as well that the boys are trying to deal with here. It's allowed Adrian to get back onto the back of him.
Yeah, Adrian was a fair track last night. Sean's good to watch. He's aggressive but tidy.
And good little battle, these two.
Adrian back last night. He was carrying some pretty good pace and trying pretty hard.
Jason Fewens agreeing with you, Reg, saying he barely had time to breathe, let alone adjust the brake bias. Another bit of a look here from Slater. Got Anita Buckland in the mix of the action there as well. Nicely gets out of the way.
Series, I joined the first one I went in anyway, which was previous, what about Series 16, I think. And Anita, he'd come up on her pretty quick and pass, but it doesn't happen anymore. She's picked the pace up.
Yeah, I noticed that a couple of races ago. That very neat, tidy lines and drives really well, and yeah, you've got to, pick where and how you're going to get past.
Yeah.
great to see.
It just goes to show a bit of seat time and get yourself feeling more comfortable, and you can start to find a balance and a rhythm, and you never know what's possible.
Well, it's a good little battle here with Marshy. Hunting Phil down. Right, so got the pace now to get involved in a couple of battles with a few of the boys as well, which is one of the great things about Split 3. There's usually a battle somewhere in the pack. Right, so these guys working quite well. Of course, Shane Patterson just tucked up behind as well. Paddo up 10 spots into 32nd here. So these three, they'll be definitely head down fighting this one out.
Oh, so Shane up 10 spots. So he did he not qualify?
No, he didn't set a time.
Ah, righto. Yeah. Unlucky.
Man, of course, Sheppy, you've got yourself back up to 18th. Nice in front of Jamie. Jump back up with Slater. He's dropped it back a little bit, and he's got Zippy tucked up behind him.
I tended to follow this whole group the whole race just about. Couldn't get past them. I wasn't quick enough to get past them.
And of course, Michael Yeo's joined us as well, the man in the pits at the moment in third.
Oh, yeah. G'day, Michael.
What lap are we on now? 29. Hey, Sean's dropped back a little bit on Fletch here. Interesting narrow line coming in there. You can sort of see Dunny just in front of these boys as well, and Zatera. So this battle here for 5th to 10th really starting to liven up.
Yeah, it's really great to watch. It's big face up too, like it's getting quicker and quicker. Getting harder and harder to stick with.
Jeremy Bush, our race leader in the pits now. Whoa, Slater. That was a little bit tardy. Looks like Fletcher might have gone a bit wide as well too. What? Oh, into the pit. A bit of carnage. Wow. Safety car would have been nice right about now, but no. No, they both got going. Both cars drove away from that.
I wonder what happened there. I heard that over the radio last night.
Yeah, it was pretty much in front of me when I come around the corner. I was like, oh, hello.
And they all prayed for the safety car.
He's Jeremy doing well. A bit of a shuffle again now as we're midstream of these second stops. Shepherd and Zeal. Looks like Sheppy coming back on. Adrian out in the dirt as well, so I'm not sure what happened there. That, of course, the Andretti hairpin. And I've missed. Was on my list.
I don't remember what happened there.
Actually, a safety car would have done real well. I think would have brought a lot of people back into it.
Adrian strategically left before that happened. He left the chat.
just looking. That one's on the penalty sheet. So obviously someone got away with something there.
Oh, I didn't call it out, mate. He apologised and we raced on.
I was wondering what happened to Zippy.
He got locked up and into the side of me at that turn, and yeah, I felt bad about it. Apologised, and off we went. All good.
Fair enough. Zatera doing very well. Up in the third at the moment. Got Jeremy Bush tucked up behind him. Bushy had an absolute line of a race last night. So
Yeah, he was very good.
so he's had his stop here. So
Quite consistent.
Yeah.
He was at
He ac-
beach as well.
How long did he actually stop for? It must have been a really, really quick one.
the second one, yeah. If I just bring up the time. Yeah, the second stop for Jeremy was only 12 seconds.
Wow.
11 seconds for Slater. So a few of the boys took 5 seconds more fuel in that first stop than most of the others. Matt Stoyles from GMK leading a lap again.
Not bad. It's done a pretty damn good job to get back to where he was.
Hmm.
There's a fair spread around the circuit at this point in time. Like, look at the groups. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'm just looking for some battles to go have a look at. Most people are rolling into the pits though.
Yeah, everyone had someone to race.
So Fletcher's got himself going. He's tucked up behind Gunter. Oh no, he's not. Sorry, yeah, he's tucked up behind Gunter.
Where's Bruce and Jamie?
And Jamie as well. Yeah, it's a good little battle there. Bruce McLeod pushing him very hard.
He said he was feeling the pressure.
Actually, pretty clean racing up to this point. All over the track.
Yeah. It's quite a gentleman's race, isn't it?
Gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, they're it's just polite, no abuse. I really enjoy it.
Absolutely. There we go.
There we go. So Stoyles still got to stop. Bushy has stopped. Yowie stopped. Fox, Kelleher, Hughes still needs to make a second stop. Dunn has stopped. Peters, McLeod, Zatera, Slater.
I'm surprised Jason Dunn, he had pace early in the season, but he's starting to drop off a little bit.
Yeah. Tough track as well.
Yeah, it was a tough track.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough.
I think he's been caught up in a couple of incidences as well. Like if I remember with Silverstone that caught him out a bit.
Don't know who it was with.
So Sheppy starting to fight his way back.
fair while. He's a good competitor.
Yeah.
Another really polite and consistent driver. There's no real renegades in split 3. It's everyone's having a go. They're polite. It's I suppose invariably people are going to shift on as they get quicker and move into split 2. But it's a nice place to be, I reckon.
This is a great battle that Bruce had between himself and that. It went on for quite a. He was really pushing quite hard at times, and we'll see. He just backing off every now and again, but was able to remake the gap.
Yeah.
And Ed Fox pushing very hard, just setting the fastest lap of the race with a 1:23.98.
Yeah, nice. Jeez.
Yeah, I was pretty stunned at that when that came up. I thought Jeremy had it in the bag.
Hey, very good times happening. Adrian Zeal still chasing down Sean Slater. And Mike Coraliff in the thick of the action here with Andrew Johnstone, Mick Clifton as well at the back of this group. And Sheppy. As I said, battles everywhere.
Always on Mike. I thought if I can make that gap less, I'll be happy. This was a good run for quite a while, actually. This 4. I was chasing Mick, but Mick was given no space to Adrian. It was quite a good little battle for quite a few laps, I think.
And don't underestimate Mike Coraliff either.
No. He's consistent. Never gave anything away.
When he's on song, he's got the widest car on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're somewhere like this, you got an extra couple of feet as well.
Many a time I've been stuck looking at the back end of his car and not been able to find a way past.
Well, after my little whoopsie at Long Beach last week, these boys didn't have to sit in a server with him on Wednesday night, with him and Pete Baxter. I was told all about my rear brake lock 100 times.
You sure it wasn't Dave in the server with you?
These boys are very tough competitors. He comes in through, Sheppy. And Fletcher under a little bit of pressure here. From Rob Visor. Rob Visor under a bit of pressure from someone else.
Rob was going pretty well. Didn't see what happened to him last night, but bloody glad that he's back in. Like I said, he was getting out of sim racing there, and he's turned around and come back, which is great. Or didn't actually depart in the end.
I think on the first turn, Wayne, he had an incident with Ed Fox.
Did he?
Second. Yeah.
Poor bugger. Yeah, he's a nice bloke, Rob.
So put him back a little bit because he had pace too.
Yeah, too right. Yeah, he put some cracking laps in practice, and then I think he qualified pretty well up, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was up in the top 5, I think.
Yeah.
He's third.
Yeah. Oh, right, there you go. Yeah, no, he's found his pace, which is good. Just got unlucky.
Yeah, he was on the out. I think he was just on the outside, so probably a little bit slippery out there on turn 1.
Yeah, righto. Bugger. all's not lost. I mean, at 13th, you know, that's still a, you know, not too bad.
Yeah, I think after that he got a little bit out of kilter because he dropped back obviously with Ed, but Ed sort of didn't come off as bad as Rob, and then when he got out of kilter with the pit stops, I think that hurt him too.
Yeah, okay.
Back on Sheppy. He's now tucked up behind Andrew Johnstone.
Yeah, that's a guy I can normally hunt down
Reasonably well, but he was shifting along really well last night. He's good fun to race, Andrew.
Yeah, he's good value. Good morning, Andrew, because he'll be watching us while he has his breakfast. Over on that other place, east of us on the ditch.
Always does.
Ed
Saturday
Fox
morning ritual.
had late pace in the race.
Ed, yeah. He's setting some very quick times. His last lap being a 1:26.4, but before that he was in the low 1:24s.
Yeah, he was getting large in my mirror.
Dunny, of course, up 16 spots into 6th. He's done well. Jeremy Bush, though, he's still our race leader at the moment. He's a good 8 seconds up the road from Mike Yo.
I was only 3 seconds behind him after the second stop, and unfortunately had a misunderstanding with Neil Waters on about lap 36, I think it was 34, and he meant to just let me go up the inside, but I really didn't read what he was doing, and sort of clocked him up the rear at the left-handed before going up the hill, and yeah, that put me about another 4 seconds off of Jeremy's time. So yeah, otherwise it would have been a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So some interesting battles, sort of not many battles, but there's some interesting times at the moment. So Matt Stoyles is in 4th, he's up 4 spots. Pete Kelleher is in 5th, up 6 spots. So Pete's had a pretty good race so far.
Brendan at the back of Jamie there. Must be.
Yeah, Jamie's. What's going on with Jamie? He's a little bit of in and out on my replay, so. Well, there. Ed in 3rd at the moment, Mr. Fox.
Oh, this is where he put the burners on the afterburners. He was flying.
Yeah, I reckon Ed's picked up 5% over the last probably 10 races, I reckon. He's about 5% quicker than he was.
But in practice, we were having our own little rivalry, if you like. You know, he'd go a little bit faster than me, and I'd go a little bit faster than him, and yeah, it was really good in the lead up to this one.
You guys do a better job of your qualifying. You're a lot more disciplined. I'm a shocker when it comes to qualifying. It all falls apart.
Yeah, I'm not much better.
It's disappointing because you get out there and you think, yep, I'm doing all right here, I'm doing all right, I'm going to get a good qualifying time, and then qualifying starts and the brain falls apart.
Yeah, the nerves kick in.
Yeah, too much pressure.
Yeah, you don't want to get off track. You want to just bank a lap and then go for it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Too much pressure.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do.
No, those track limits come up and bite you pretty quick.
Yeah, especially when you got here uneven surfaces and that, especially that's turn 6,
Turn 6.
the one up the hill, the king.
Oh, yeah, that's a bugger.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Ayers rock on the corner of it if you hit that. Put your
They actually have fixed it in real life, but they won't fix it in iRacing.
Oh, righto. It's a
Until the next rescan.
put your tyre up through the bloody through the guard.
Yeah. Well, because now they run Indy cars there.
Yeah, just break them off, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Last lap.
And at this point, I thought I've just got to keep it clean and on the black stuff because it was just absolutely pedal to the metal.
Definitely a lot of eyes forward this stage.
From my point of view, this was probably the best lap of the race, to be honest, because it was a real battle.
Try and keep a little bit of an eye on where things are at. So, been a great drive, of course, from Jeremy Bush.
Yeah, fantastic stuff.
And
Jeremy.
last corner here, Benny dives, one's gone out wide. Looks like Ed Fox went out very wide there. Let's have a look at Pete Kelleher. He's got 2 seconds up on Jason Dunn behind him. Dunny's coming quickly through the traffic though.
Yeah, he had a very late run. Just ran out of laps.
Hey, Dunny's going to come home in 6th. Satera in 7th. Peters, I think, is in front of, not sure where he's at. Some funny stuff going on with SDK. McLeod, Slater, Peters, Zeal, home in 11th. Christensen in 12th. Van Ree, still a little bit of a way to go, but he'll finish in 13th, up 11. Marty Hughes in 14th. Rob Visor is going to wind up 12th. 15th, sorry, down 12 spots. Coraliff is +7 in 16th. Sheppy finished 17th. Mick Clifton up 10 spots. You'd be happy if that drive in 18th. Andrew Johnstone 19th. And Gunter has rounded out our top 20. So it was definitely a very tough night out for everybody, I think. But Jeremy would have to be pretty chuffed with that win.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Mike Yo in second, mate. Is he still with us? Yeah, he's still there. Mike, well done, mate. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just want to give a shout out to John Latham for a little bit of coaching the Stato team. All you guys for the race control, and just everyone for great racing. It was a really good night.
It was. I think most people really enjoyed it. Of course, third was Ed Fox. Yeah, he'd be happy with that as well. Matt Stoyles was fourth. Kelleher fifth. Season starting to get to the pointy end. Probably going to talk about next week. Of course, with next week we are off to Miami Homestead, which will be very interesting. I don't even know if I own the track, to be honest.
I
I'm sure you probably do, John.
Wow, Miami.
Miami. So, as
In a while.
the official thing says, as our V8 official weekly magazine says, this ain't NASCAR, boys. the vets are looking for Vice or Spice in Miami. So it's only a 3.7 kilometre circuit with 10 corners. It's a roval configuration. We're doing 71 laps, a 250k race. So we've got the 80 litre tank, 2 compulsory pit stops. I think it's going to be a bloody tough one. Quietly.
It's a cracker, I reckon. Those laps just fly by.
Yeah, there's a few tough corners in there. I was having a bit of a test with the new monitors I put on earlier this afternoon. Yeah, it's going to be. There's a couple of corners that are quite tough.
Yeah, it'll be good. Looking forward to it. Yeah, so what was I going to say? Yeah, so definitely got a few things going on. Next Saturday, for those in Sydney, I will be in town and organising. If anyone wants to catch up for a little bit of a meet-up, myself and Dave Worrell will be at the Stonecutters Ridge Golf Club from 2:30 onwards. Anyone is welcome to come join us. Should be a bit of fun.
I'm devastated I won't be there.
What's that? Yeah,
I'm devastated that I won't be there.
Yeah, done well. I'll be up in Sydney myself, so spend a bit of time with Dave and have a good old laugh. So that's, I think, what I wrote. Drop in for a minute or drop in and see where the afternoon takes us. But I can guarantee you with Worrell, there will be laughs had by all. So if you're interested in coming to that, just reach out, let me know, just so we can get a bit of an idea for numbers.
Can I just say, John?
Yep.
Can I just say something about being part of a team? It really makes a difference to overall racing. So I'd I thank the Shadow Boys massively in that regard, and it just gives you that confidence, helps to build your racecraft, your ability. So if you're not part of a team, maybe sort of explore the avenue and try to get into one, because it will help you a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Agreed.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, so what else was going? Yeah, so results will be on Sim Hub, so keep an eye out on there. Dave Coleman will get them updated. I'll get a link up shortly for that. And yeah, big thank you to everybody in race control, not just our split 3 boys. Looking at this sheet, they had a fairly easy night compared to split 1. Big thank you to those. Big thank you to everybody out in there. Jeremy just got back. Bush. To you, Jeremy, congratulations, mate. You just missed it all. And of course, a big thank you to the race control boys. Big thank you to everyone that's jumped in to the chat tonight, both online and in text on YouTube. Good numbers again. Great to have everybody in. Some interesting debate going on at the moment about compulsory safety cars. It's something we'll have a little bit of a think about. There's definitely 2 camps for that one. I know Brenton was in there talking about the Pro Series. Yes, we use it for the Enduros, but we don't use it for the sprint races. So it could be something we look at with vets, for the 300 and 250k races. Do we introduce a compulsory safety car just to make it interesting? That's something that we'll look at for next season. A couple of other little rule changes we're looking at as well, which we'll talk about a bit later. And the committee met last on Sunday night, and I can confirm we are staying at 3 splits. We will not be going to 4 splits next season. So that's some big news for everybody.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
So that means it's limited to 135.
44.
Again, 144. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. At least for another season.
Yeah, at least for another season. We just feel the league just needs to settle. And we just think introducing another 40 odd drivers, and there's no way known we're going to be able to do 4 broadcasts easily. There's another set of race control, and just race control people are very hard to get, and very hard. Good ones are very hard if you lose them. So yeah, we're working very hard in that space as well, just to make sure we've got what we need for next season at the moment. So keep an eye out. There will be a couple of posts going up probably in the next fortnight when I get back from Sydney. Just covering off, probably not far away from thinking of entries for next season, of course, and a bit of a call out for race control. So if anyone's looking for a season off, more than welcome. Put your hand up. I'm sure Dave Coleman and the team could fit you in somewhere. And of course, the likes of Mark Dial. I am hearing rumours and inclinations that he might be back next season.
There is that possibility.
Apparently, the safety car's not fast enough for him anymore.
Is there any truth to the rumour, John, that after last night's performance by the new safety car, new race control member in Split 2, that we are actually going to push the whole process offshore?
Let's just say Mandeep's efforts last night were quite good. I've given him a 4-star Uber rating for it. And yeah, I think talks will probably continue with Mandeep a little bit more and just see if he can get, or just probably just want to see who the other people he's looking at putting in the race controller coming in. As we know, very fast growing market in iRacing in India, and yeah, it'd be very interesting just to explore that avenue a little bit more.
He's definitely a man of few words.
I heard that from some of the Split 2 boys.
And even not my vote.
And even Ash apparently was talking a bit slower to you guys last night because he was trying to communicate with Mandeep.
Ash was he might have been using a text to speech generator. but didn't hear a lot of Mandeep, but I'm sure he had a fair bit to say in the background. And whilst he seems like a nice enough bloke, obviously we don't want to lose all our regular race control boys. So be interesting to see how that one plays out.
Yeah, look, it will be, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Like I said, we're only going to go 3 splits next season. Hopefully we can get quality and some good people involved with race control. I know that Mark Duggan's going to still be involved, and as our DSO, so that gives somebody with some very good driving standards in the background to help those guys out. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see where we go with all that. That's something just to keep an eye on.
In all seriousness, if there's any drivers that are thinking about, maybe taking a break themselves, and there's a lot to be got as far as learning and things like that, if you were to step up and jump in and help out race control as well. So, if there is anybody out there that's sort of thinking, I need a bit of a break, or, perhaps somebody kicks a box and hurts themselves or something silly like that, stick your hand up, jump into race control.
And it's
actually a great deal of fun.
Yeah, as much as you think you're at the rough end of the stick, yeah, can be quite interesting, can be quite fun. You get to see it all from a different angle, and we quite often talk about how race control get to look at every incident at every different angle. Where us as drivers are trying to take it all in from behind the wheel.
Yep.
You'll learn a lot about racecraft and a lot about what to do and what not to do. So it is quite rewarding. I know I've picked up a hell of a lot from Pete Baxter, Mike Coraliff and Simon Black. For those who know who Simon Black is from OSR, be very afraid. I'm hearing rumours he's keen to get into vets.
Oh no!
Somebody going to drag him out of the rally car.
Yeah, I'm hearing some rumours about that. So yeah, Simon's a very, very, very successful rally driver in dirt.
Race control in vets is it's one of the best I've seen because, you know, I drive around and like, you know, make a mistake every now and then, like last night, and all I do is just wait for the call, like, you know, and I know it's right. It's not something that I've got to go and wonder whether, oh, geez, did they really see what happened, or, you know, you just go, yep, no worries, sorry, and I'm doing my drive-through, and you just get on with it, you know, because last night I sort of in my head I was thinking, oh, what happened there, and just waited until the end of the race, went and had a look, and it's like, yeah, they got that spot on. It's reliable.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty well taught what to do and how to do it and what to look for. And you know, we've got a pretty, as much as people like to try and find holes in everything, but you know, our regs, in particular the racing component of the regs, are actually quite robust. Said it before, and I'll say it again. It's pretty much almost identical to Pro Series and East Coast. You know, the racing regs that we use. If anyone wants to laugh, on Wednesday night, I absolutely muddled myself up when the TTR boys went in for the second pit stop under the safety car, because I know in the vets regs you can't pit twice under a safety car, but when I modified the vets regs for this season, that didn't get moved across to the Pro Series. So yeah, it was quite funny watching the two boys out in front for SSR totally blunder that one. Yeah, so look, we do give a bit of training in race control. You get a fair bit of support from Dave and the boys up top. You know, so, and I think Greg and Anthony have found their feet quite well. So I'm not sure if they're coming back racing or what they're up to, but yeah, I just think with 3 splits, it's easy to make sure we've got good quality people in race control, and we've got, you know, everyone's getting a good broadcast. Like the Split 1 boys are getting, you know, the Speed TV experience. You know, the Split 2 boys have got Hamish, who puts on an excellent presentation, and Kitchen, I think, is really good for the series. And I just want to see the series grow back, or you know, try and get itself back a little bit to where we were, you know, back when it was one split and even 2 splits. You know, where we get the enjoyment. We have the fierce battles, the fierce competitiveness, but no, we ensure we've got that comradeship amongst each other as a group.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'd be good to see.
Yeah, and you talk to a lot of the old timers, and I'm myself one of those. You know, I'm not like you, Mark. I'm not split 1, not season 1, but season 4. You know, and this league is very unique. We're very blessed with Jamie doing setups. You know, I've been having a bit of a hit out in another series where I've got to do an open setup, and I'm just let's see with that. But you know, you have a look at Michael Stewart for the Split 3 boys. If you haven't jumped in on this, get in on it. There's a couple of channels up in the chat for it. He's doing Split 3 coaching, which is open to everybody in Split 3. If you're not jumping in on that, please do. Michael is bloody quick, and he's a legend in the league as well. So there's plenty to be learnt from him. Sorry, Shepard. I think he's like Michael Stewart's doing it. I think he does it on Mondays or Tuesday nights. If you go up into the general chat under private hosted servers, Split 3 chat. So if you jump in there and say good day, he'll let you know when it's all going.
Yeah, he puts up a hosted server and private hosted server, so you just jump in there and yeah, he goes through everything. It's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in there one day myself and pretend I'm a Split 3 driver, just so that I can get some help.
Yeah.
It's pretty coaches lounge. There he goes. He's got his own channel.
Yep. Yeah, he's got his own channel and his own chat channel as well. Yeah, so
like Tuesday night.
Yeah, so it's a great thing. If you're not jumping in on that, please do. You've got the time for it. I think I'm waffling a little bit, but yeah, so big shout out to Michael, of course. You know, for those who don't know, you know, Michael's a huge part of the Bale and Stewart Foundation. Yeah, so there's a few things going on which management's trying to clean up and get sorted, and next season's sort of shaping up and coming quite quickly. It will be a typical iRacing season that goes through Christmas, but they're setting the calendar up so the week off between Christmas and New Year will be a non-racing week. It's probably one thing I can say looking at what we've been planning. Gen 3, no idea. And some of the stories I'm hearing from a few people, Gen 3 even be around in 2005. Anyway, that's another story for another day. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if anyone else has got anything they want to add, but we might wrap up the broadcast and say big thank you everyone in the chat. Big thank you again everyone in the kitchen tonight. Big thank you everyone watching, and of course big thanks to all the drivers putting on a good show again. And we'll see everybody again next week at good old Homestead, Miami, home of the vets,
Well done, Josh.
Florida.
Retirement village. Thanks, guys.
Not at all.
Well
Thanks,
done, John.
everyone.